If you have a relatively new mobile device with fairly disappointing battery life that may or may not rhyme with vote late, then you could probably find some value in having an external battery around. I'd bank on it. Lenovo sent over their Bizer Battery Bank, a 10,000 mAh portable charger suitable for pretty much anything that pulls power through a USB cable. It's fairly small, coming in at about 135 by 65 by 13.5 millimeters and 175 grams. Its hard plastic construction means it won't be scratching any glass surfaces if it shares a pocket with your phone, but it's still durable enough for your everyday wear and tear. Among other things, if you're brave enough. The top side of the device is ribbed for her pleasure, and understandably gets a little warm during use for mine. And lastly, you've got 4 LEDs to estimate its remaining charge. As for the safety of your devices, the Bizer supports overcharging, overcurrent, and overheating protection, so it won't knock their shocks off. The little bank is charged through micro USB and sports 2 USB outputs, providing up to 2.4 amps each, or 3 amps simultaneously in total. Unfortunately, quick charge is not supported, but at least it can handle double penetration. The power bank itself takes about 6 hours to accept all deposits, and sucking power directly from the wall, my Samsung Galaxy Note 8 takes about an hour and 33 minutes to go from 15% to full. Borrowing from the bank, the same task takes about 2 hours and 7 minutes, and charging the Note 8 and an LG G6 simultaneously takes around 2 hours and 29 minutes for the former, and 2 hours and 14 minutes for the latter. My only issues with the Bizer, this electric geyser, are that you can't charge it and a device it's connected to simultaneously, though I don't see that situation occurring too often, and that it does make kind of an intermittent squealing noise. I don't believe there to be any cause for concern, and it's somewhat quiet, but still fairly noticeable, and therefore kind of annoying. So if you're a power user and a long day's got your fantastic fancy phone fairly fatigued, this thing will help keep you in charge. And so now that you've seen it charge, how much can you expect to be charged? Around $20 US. There are cheaper options with some pretty nifty features like a flashlight, but they may not charge quite as quickly. And then there are even chargers with twice as much bank for the same amount of bank, if that makes any sense. Banks hold sense. Personally, I'm the type that prioritizes capacity over charge speed, and I don't normally carry more than one device on me that requires an emergency top-off, so this wouldn't really be my first option at this price point. But opinions will vary, and this bank may be worth your investment. And so that's all I have to say about that. Like, dislike, comment, subscribe, share, leave me questions if you got them. Thanks for watching. My name is Steven, and I am ALittleDIMM. Bye-bye. I did that with my left hand this time. That felt so weird. I'm not left-handed. Lenovo sent over their Bizer Battery Parental Advisory Advice. Am I allowed to make jokes with made-up words? I think that's cheating. The top side of the device is ribbed for her pleasure, and understandably gets a little warm during use for mine. I don't know if I like the way I said that. That sounded really creepy, but not like a spooky Halloween creepy, more like a creepy pervert creepy. And understandably gets a little warm. And understandably gets a little warm. Why is that so hard to say? Borrowing from the bank, the same task takes about it's not technically borrowing, the phone never gives it back. And charging the Note 8 and an LG G6 simultaneously takes around 2 hours. It's a good thing I proofread this. And so now that you've seen it charge, how much can you expect to be charged? I feel like I didn't mess up in that one. Too often, at least. Maybe I did. I don't know. I almost thought that wasn't recording. Then you could probably find some value in having an external battery array. I need to button my shirt. Coming in at about 135 by 65 by 13.5 millimeters and sports 2 USB outputs, providing